This is the only place we can see everyone's video on YouTube.
Want to make dinner a true winner?
Okay, might have messed something up then.
Times 12 at Lee's famous recipe chicken with our 12-piece family meal at a great price. Only at Lee's, famous for chicken.
Let's grow your e-commerce business. Let's grow your e-commerce business.
was confused how you responded to me.
Oh, audio for days.
Have some popcorn since it's so late here. I was a little snacky. It's both. It's the time of night where it is both.
Very swag.
Oh, I guess they say. It was probably the most boomer version I could have said. And probably the most boomer version I could have said it like.
In the temple you see, Oh, sorry. I think- My bad. I know my singing's on point. They'll be on it.
I just think it's funny that Kaiser, you're like, when I said I was going to try to roll a D69, you're like, that made me laugh. No, who's that? What was that?
That was me.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah. Nat 1, instructions unclear, stuck dick in toaster. Yep, I know.
Fantastic.
Ooh, nice.
Or a horror.
Ah, there we go. I can hear you, lovely people.
Yay!
Huzzah!
Ah, we are live.
We are live.
Yes, we are live.
Whatever you do, point of advice to everybody. Whatever you do, don't lick the frog.
Oh no, he does look a little poisonous.
Thankfully, I'm nowhere near him. So.
He may be a hallucinogenic frog. In that case, we may all want to lick him.
Sonoran Toad.
Gonna have a
That's
fun
he.
night, right?
I'm not going to
There
say
you go.
no, but...
It's a 50-50 shot. Who wants to go first?
Those frogs from Avatar always did look strangely tasty, you know?
Not wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say yes. I'm not going to say no.
That's not enough times.
All I have
Depends
to say
on which
is,
avatar you're talking about. Are we talking blue people or airbending people?
Airbending people. You know
that's
the
a good
episode?
avatar.
Yeah, the episode where Sokka and Katara get sick and Aang has to go get the medicinal frogs.
all I have to say to the Avatar thing is secret tunnel.
I sing that now and then, just randomly.
Yes. And when other people join in, it's like, yes, you know my
All the
thing.
time.
It's how to make instant friends.
Exactly.
Just weirdly.
It is.
Nice.
Sure.
That works.
Sure.
Sure. Oh no. Okay. I'm Matt. I am playing Mo Faison today, a straight A student. Mo excels in English and is an aspiring writer. He also enjoys science fiction, fantasy, and horror, and he is known to be shy and nerdy. Mo tends to be overdressed, wearing button-down shirts and khaki pants. Mo is pansexual.
Hey there, I'm Duvall. I'm playing Buckley Whitecliff. I'm the youngest member of the Whitecliff family. I own the Northwood Orchards. I'm on the fencing team with my friend Neil, and I got Zoe. I love to wear my high-end athletic clothing. So, and I am heterosexual.
something along those lines.
Hi, I'm Timo. I don't know why I'm here, but they let me come along. So hi. Nice. I'm playing Neil Samuels, popular jock. Neil is on the fencing team with Buckley and Zoe. I'm even-tempered and friendly. Tend to be a little bit oblivious though. He spends most of his time thinking about sports. Neil likes wearing sleeveless shirts and basketball shorts, and he is gay.
Hello. My name is Jay. You can also call me Justin. Doesn't matter. I will be playing Frankie today. Frankie Martin, a member of the high school drama club. Frankie is not well known in other social circles. They are quiet, introverted, but very confident when performing in theater. Frankie likes wearing boots and plaid shirts, and they are always carrying a set of dice. Frankie is pansexual.
Hello, I'm Jessica from Mythical Mystery Games. I'm playing Valentina di Venezia tonight. I'm a member of the high school drama club. Well liked and known for my charisma. Very dramatic, lively, and vibrant. And sometimes I can be a little self-absorbed. I like wearing trendy clothes with tennis shoes, and I am bisexual.
I'm Lauren. I am Blake. I am Captain Cross. As you can see by my very cool high ponytail, I am.
Guess that means I'm bringing up the rear. I am playing. Oh, actually, hold on. Me first, then character. I'm going out of pattern. I am playing Isabel Fernandez, and I am Pandora. Pandora is easier, much easier. But Isabel is an accomplished painter and graffiti artist. Isabel spends most of her free time skateboarding. She is self-assured, mellow, and she generally keeps to herself. Isabel tends to wear loose graphic tees and ripped jeans, and Isabel is bisexual.
Yeah.
I'm good.
But
Okay. Someone must have seen where Spencer went, right? He couldn't have gone far. He can't hear so far. He can't hear us.
You don't think there's anything out there, do you? Anything dangerous?
like what? Wait. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
There's never been anything dangerous in the orchard, and I would know.
Can we be so sure that we're alone out here? I'm not saying it's dangerous, but
No one else is supposed to know we're here, right? I'll read Zoe's part too. I'd rather not go back into those trees, no matter how sure Buckley is there's nothing there. You go ahead and read your question for round one.
Oh, okay. The last time I remember talking with Spencer this evening, he told me he was going to go see the most beautiful girl in school. And I think we all know who that is. So, Jenna, why did Spencer want to go talk with you? Did you lure him off somewhere amidst the trees? Did you do anything to hurt him?
I mean, of course I remember. I'm happy to tell that folktale again, but it's not true, of course. I mean, but it went like this. There was a woman who lived in the Salchester more than 200 years ago. Her true name is lost, but the stories all call her the White Lady. When she came of age, her parents arranged for her to marry a wealthy nobleman, but she'd already fallen in love with an impoverished sailor. So she and her lover made plans to flee, and as soon as they could afford a boat, they were going upriver to another village to start their lives anew. But unfortunately, they couldn't buy the boat until the evening after her wedding, and the White Lady was forced to marry the nobleman. That night, she sneaked out of her husband's home in her nightgown and met her lover on the banks of the river. They cast off, but the nobleman had followed her. He was a powerful swimmer, and he caught up to their boat, having followed her. He carved into it with an axe until it sank, and the lovers drowned. According to legend, the White Lady returns as a ghost to ensure that the nobleman never loves again. They say that she haunts the woods around here, determined to destroy burgeoning friendships and relationships by luring lovers and infatuated people alike to their deaths. But, I mean, that's just an old folktale. But, Frankie, I can't help but notice what's happening here tonight seems pretty familiar to the events at one of the role-playing games you ran last year. In your game, some people went missing in a forest in the winter, and you role-played a ghost who was like luring everybody to their deaths. Are you behind any of this somehow? Did you find a way to bring your game to life?
Well, okay. Now that you mention, I can see how this is somewhat similar to the plot of one of those games I ran last year. There's someone who's gone missing in the trees, and there could be something dangerous out there. Although in my game it was a forest, and this is an orchard. And yes, in the game I played a ghost trying to lure everyone to their deaths, but we don't know if there are actually ghosts here. And either way, I'm not in control of anything. So, I saw you showing off your charm bracelet to Spencer earlier tonight, and you seem really upset that he's missing now. I thought you didn't like him. I thought you didn't like the popular kids. Are you friends with Spencer or something? Did you like him?
The audio part doesn't have the little parts in the script. It just has the question. Oh, it does. It does. It does have. It has the. Yeah, you can just skip past that part.
Wait, really? I actually don't know Buckley at all. I'm only here because Neil invited me. Or Buckley invited him. I mean, it's true that I talked to Buckley earlier for a minute. I was just thanking him for inviting us all and for bringing the food. I thought it was pretty cool of him to throw this secret party. I was excited to get to see the orchards. I'm sure he's not that bad. See? Is he? David, I heard things have been a little rough between you and Jenna lately. Is that true? Is everything okay between you two? Are you hiding any secrets?
Bum, 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 bum.
Bum, 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 bum.
No, of course I'm not behind this. Although I think someone going missing in an orchard and a group of plucky friends who have to find them and save the day would make for a pretty entertaining and dramatic play. But no, I'm not staging a performance piece right now. I'm not that extra. Besides, Spencer's not even in the drama club at school. Why would I get him involved? Hey, Neil, are you perhaps jealous that Spencer's more popular than you? You get in a fight with him, or maybe even hurt him because you were jealous that you weren't the most popular guy here?
Wait, what? Am I jealous of Spencer being more popular than I am? No. Or at least I don't think so. Why do you ask? Wait, should I be jealous? Anyway, either way, I would never fight Spencer or try to hurt him or anything like that. He's a good friend. Buckley, my cousin Hollis was at the Northwood house the day your father and grandfather died, so I heard from her that you're secretly a werewolf? What's up with that? Did you wolf out on Spencer or something?
Yeah, I'm a werewolf, so what's the what? That doesn't make me a bad person. I didn't do anything. I didn't hurt Spencer. You would have noticed if I had changed into a werewolf and attacked someone. Anyway, it's not even a full moon out right now, so it wasn't me. I didn't eat anybody. And if your cousin Hollis is going to start spreading rumors about me, I know some secrets about her too. Did you know she's a witch? Like a real witch who can do real magic. I didn't choose to become a werewolf. She chose to be a witch, so she's way worse. Are you calling me a liar? I'm not a liar.
I'm pretty sure Buckley's telling the truth. Hollis wouldn't lie to me.
You weren't there when my father and grandfather died. You don't know anything. I'm a real werewolf, and Hollis is a real witch.
Wait, if all that's true, does that mean Frankie's actually a ghost?
Ow, what the hell, Zo? Did you really just pinch me?
Sorry, there are just some ridiculous rumors going around, and I don't know what to believe anymore.
Rumors like whether everything's okay with David and Jenna?
Yes, I was muted.
Willow says, it's not like I'm the only one who saw undead rising in Salchester that night. Anyway, witches and werewolves are much more suspicious, right, Neil?
Huh? Wait. What were you saying? I'm not a witch. And I have no reason to hurt Spencer.
Yeah, I mean, actually, who does have a reason to hurt Spencer? He gets along with almost everyone.
Good question. He's single, so even your white lady wouldn't have a reason to hurt him, right? I don't know anyone who has a problem with him.
So that's why you asked about David and me. You couldn't come up with any useful questions.
I mean, honestly, I'm not so sure that werewolves and witches are more important than relationships. If somebody hurt Spencer, there must be a reason for it.
Right.
That's true. I'm just not entirely sure we can discount anything unnatural based on what we have heard today.
So then, does anyone think they know anything else? Are there any other suspicions? Or any other monsters we should know about?
Round 2. Mm-hmm.
Frankie is? I'm not seeing it. It says your answer. It says wait to answer until you get asked the question. Oh,
Yeah, but you go ahead and read your question first, and then come back to your answer.
Oh, so I should ask my question first and then go for the answer. Okay. Oh, I see. Mo, that white lady story reminded me of another weird story you told me back when we first started playing tabletop games together. Do you remember? You told me a story about some people who were being haunted by a shadow, and the shadow started picking them off one by one. I can't remember all the details, but that was that story true? Could it be what's happening here?
Oh, it's my turn. Okay, sorry. Didn't hear some of those words. Yeah, I remember. I mean, if anybody else is interested, the story kind of goes like this. Many years ago, a new family moved into an old house in Salister. And one night, their youngest child, a boy like only 4 years old, pointed to a mirror in the house and said, "Who's that?" And they said, "That's you." And by his parents, and the boy said, "No, behind me." But his parents couldn't see anything there. They didn't think much of it, and they put the boy to bed. But in the morning, the boy's older brother was missing. His parents searched everywhere, but they couldn't find him. When they asked if the boy had seen his brother, he just said, "The shadow took him." He wouldn't elaborate. I mean, perhaps there wasn't even a better explanation. Just the shadows took him. They never found his brother. The parents tried asking the boy where the shadow was, but he just told them, "It's gone. It's somebody else's now." And as the boy grew older, his parents tried asking him one last time about the shadows, but the boy didn't remember anything. He couldn't even remember about the having an older brother. Kind of creepy, right? But I mean, anyway, it's just a scary story I like to tell. It's not real, so I mean, I don't think it's happening here. Isabel, I heard you'd started going somewhere in Salister after school, and you've been keeping it in secret. Have you been sneaking off to see Spencer? Have you started a covert relationship with him? And if so, did it take a sour turn? Did you want to kill him for breaking your heart?
No, I haven't been sneaking off to see Spencer. In fact, what I've been doing isn't really secret at all. I just didn't want to brag about it. I was recently accepted into a program that connects biologists at the University of Southchester to local high schoolers who are interested in their work. So I've just been going to meet with biologists at the university. Their research is super interesting, but it's got nothing to do with Spencer. Hey, Jenna, I just remembered something to ask that might be relevant. Instead of a question about your relationship with David, which we all agree is totally, definitely fine, when we were starting high school, back when you and I used to talk more often, you told me you had a crush on Spencer. Anything ever happened between you two? Is there anything still going on between you?
Don't be ridiculous, Isabel. That was just a silly crush I had a long time ago. When I joined the lacrosse team and first met Spencer, I thought he was cute and friendly. So, yes, I had a crush on him, but nothing ever happened between us. I got to know him better thanks to lacrosse, but we just became good friends. There's nothing going on between me and Spencer. Zoe, if you really hate all of us popular kids so much, why were you talking to Spencer earlier? Why did you want to show him your bracelet? Were you trying to do something to him? Spencer's pretty popular. Did you want to get rid of him because of how much everyone likes him?
Now the fun part.
Q&A round 2.
Okay, fine. The truth is, I don't really hate Spencer. He's not like all the other popular kids. And it's not like I really hate all of the popular kids so much I'd want to hurt them. Anyway, I was just talking to him. You know, having a normal conversation. I wasn't planning to do anything to him. I just thought he'd like my bracelet, since no one else in school has anything like it. Neil, you're friends with both Spencer and Buckley, right? Was Buckley telling the truth earlier when he said he saw Spencer going off into the trees to look for someone? Do you know anything more about what Spencer was doing?
Oh, what? Me? What was the question? Oh, I don't know if I'd say that I'm friends with Buckley. We're just both on the fencing team. I'm definitely friends with Spencer, though. And yeah, I think I saw him talking to Buckley earlier tonight, so maybe he did wander off in the trees afterward. I have no idea if he was looking for Jenna, though. I think I was talking with David around that time. I don't really remember noticing anything interesting. Hey, so since it was brought up, I definitely remember Willow talking a bunch about zombies after the break-in at the Northwood Orchards headquarters. Willow, you insisted that you saw zombies climbing out at the cemetery in Selchester, and you thought they might be behind the attack on the Northwood Orchards headquarters. Are those zombies perhaps following you around? Did you bring them here? Could the zombies and Spencer's disappearance both be connected to you somehow?
Audio.
Q&A round 2.
Just when to stop these things is kind of hard.
No, the zombies have nothing to do with me. At least, not as far as I know. Maybe, given the other supernatural things people mentioned tonight, like witches and werewolves, you'll all at least believe me now about what I saw. And I wasn't the only one. Penelope Press reported on the break-in at the Salchester Gazette, and she seemed convinced it was zombies. I haven't seen any zombies since that day, though. I don't think they're following me around or anything like that. I definitely didn't bring them here. Buckley, you're the one who actually invited us all here. Did you set this up? Did you know something bad was going to happen to Spencer? Did you plan for something bad to happen? You definitely had the most time to plan something, and you know the orchards better than any of us.
Obviously, I invited you all here, but I didn't know this was going to happen. I didn't set this party up to hurt Spencer. I would never hurt my reputation like that. Don't put this on me. I just want to throw a cool party. I didn't know it'd all go wrong. It's not my fault. Do I do my question then?
Yeah.
Okay. I found this piece of paper folded up, lying in the snow. It looks like someone's homework from drama class. A+ on the back. It's so well done, whoever wrote it. Let's see. Valentina. It's got your name on it. Don't worry, I'll give it back to you. But first, I already gave it a quick read, and it's a really good speech. You profess deep feelings for some secret infatuation who you don't name. But for a speech this good, I think the feelings must be real. So tell me, who's it for, and then I'll give it back. Unless... Is it for
Wait.
Spencer? Did he reject you? Did you kill him?
Oh, hey, give that back. You shouldn't have read it. It must have fallen out of my pocket. You're right that it was an assignment for drama class, but it wasn't for Spencer. This has nothing to do with Spencer. You don't have a crush on him. Just give it back. You must know. What about Isabel? Please give it back. Maybe Neil is too oblivious to be jealous. But David, are you jealous of Spencer? He's handsome and popular, and I know how important both of those things are to you. So, does he make you feel insecure? Spencer and Jenna are both on the lacrosse team, after all. Were you worried they were getting too close?
That's outrageous. Have you seen how much I can lift? I've never felt threatened by Spencer. Apparently, I have to say it again, but Jenna and I are doing just fine. And even if there was a problem, I would never hurt Spencer. I get along with him just like the rest of you. Besides, I don't even know what you're talking about. He's not even better looking or more popular than I am, nor can he lift as much. Oh, wait, Frankie, you're really into playing those fantasy role-playing games, aren't you? You take them pretty seriously and get dressed up and stuff, right? I know Spencer sometimes plays with you. Did you take your game too far and summon a magical creature with your dice or something? Did you happen in your game that can hurt Spencer?
That's not how any of that works. They're fantasy games, not real games, okay? Look, I have my dice with me. You can check them out if you want. They're totally normal. The whole point of role-playing is that you're pretending, not real. You don't actually summon real monsters, kill
I'm not touching those.
people, or perform magic rituals or anything like that.
All right, any thoughts so far?
I don't know. I mean, if werewolves and witches and zombies are real, it could be the shadows.
I'm going with Buckster.
I think it's David over here. He doth protest too much.
Mo's got a lot of stories about what's going on around these parts. And believe me, it doesn't end at werewolves and witches and zombies.
That teenage
There's a lot going on. If some of them are real, why can't all of them be real?
You should definitely play the first game, The Ghost in the Manor. That one. The response was very Buckley too. That is what I would expect from him.
Hey, did you guys see the game last night? Football game's so awesome.
Should we move on to scene 3?
Sure.
I guess so.
Sure.
Start off with Zoe.
Zoe says, Valentina, I'm so sorry about what Buckley did. That must be so embarrassing for you.
There's nothing for her to be embarrassed about. It's cool that she likes me. I like her too.
Really?
Yeah, we should go out sometime.
Okay, that's very cute for you two, but has nothing to do with finding Spencer.
Good point. On the other hand, you've always been pretty close to Spencer, haven't you, Jenna?
Don't be ridiculous.
Anyway, most stories are more suspicious. A vengeful white lady and a vanishing shadow.
Hey, I already told you all. I know these orchards, and there are no monsters here.
And I'm sure we all believe you.
Just like we believe you and Jenna are, quote, fine.
Sorry. I was reacting to Buckley because, whew, what an accusation. We should really be talking about Spencer.
Do you think we should go looking for him again? Maybe we just didn't go far enough.
I mean, if there's something out there, I don't know if it's safe for us to go back into the trees again.
We can't just leave him.
If we go in groups, stick close together, and agree to meet back here in 10 minutes.
I think it's worth trying.
I've role-played enough brave characters to pretend to be okay with this. Mo?
I mean, I am a little curious if there's something out there.
Then let's find out.
let's get to all your press. I didn't turn off some other stuff. So
Narration.
audio might be doubled up on that last section.
Zoe was quick to clutch David's elbow. He glanced over at Jenna, who made a point of glaring away into the orchard and shrugged. As David and Zoe crept into the trees, Jenna turned to Neil, but his gaze was distant. He didn't seem to notice her at all. Exasperated, she sat back down in the snow. Mo tried tapping Neil's arm to get his attention. Neil jumped, but he quickly relaxed and threw his arm around Mo's shoulder. Valentina walked to Isabel's side and made a grand sweeping bow. Isabel laughed and took her proffered hand. Meanwhile, Frankie made eye contact with Willow and pointed their thumb over their shoulder in question. Willow nodded and, without a second thought, strode off into the orchard. Frankie jogged to catch up. Tentatively, Buckley held out a hand to pull Jenna to her feet. After a quick glance around, Jenna realized they were the only two left. Rolling her eyes, she got up without his help and wandered into the orchard. Valentina and Isabel held hands as they sneaked through row upon row of gaunt apple trees, calling for Spencer. Before long, though, they stopped beneath a tree and kissed, leaning into each other's warmth. Suddenly, something caught Isabel's eye. Motion in the branches above them. A gust of wind whipped at a letterman jacket caught in the bough of the tree. On the jacket, they could just make out a lacrosse patch and a name. Spencer. Willow and Frankie also saw something moving in the darkness. Perhaps a trick of the shadows or a flurry of snow whisked into the air by the wind. Frankie hesitated, but Willow was determined to get closer. They inched forward, and there was a burst of movement, a distant silhouette in the murky night. And then it was gone. As Mo and Neil searched deeper into the orchard, they sidled closer together, their hands finding each other, fingers entwining. They heard a thin, indistinct voice on the icy wind. Mo grabbed Neil's arm and held a finger to his lips for quiet. The voice came again, and this time they could just make out the words it formed. It was saying their names. In the meantime, Jenna and Buckley bickered in hushed tones as they traversed the orchard, the whistling wind and creaking branches unsettling them both. They trudged through the snow, past haggard, icy trees, until they heard Valentina and Isabel calling that they'd found something. With relief, Jenna and Buckley turned toward their voices. David and Zoe did not go very far into the orchard. After a perfunctory search, peering nervously around a few tree trunks, they stopped to rest beneath the thick branches of one of the larger trees. They kept their voices low as they huddled together against the chill, the heat from their breath condensing into mingling clouds. Frankie and Willow were the first to return, running back to camp, frigid air burning in their lungs. Neil and Mo arrived soon after, holding hands as they dashed through the last row of trees. Before long, David and Zoe returned, and Zoe quickly extricated her arm from David's elbow. Finally, Valentina, Isabel, Buckley, and Jenna emerged together from the shadows. Valentina carried Spencer's letterman jacket, and Isabel held a small, folded piece of paper.
And we start on Valentina.
We found Spencer's jacket in a tree. Unfortunately, we found no sign of Spencer himself.
But we did find this note in his jacket pocket. It says, "Can't wait to see you at the party tonight. Love, Jenna."
Look at it. I can explain.
You've secretly been dating Spencer? You serious?
Shut up, Buckley. I recently broke up with David, but we were hoping to wait until after the school dance to announce it to everyone. And yes, since then, I started seeing Spencer.
Excuse me? You broke up with me? Who cares? Did you find anything about where Spencer could be?
We looked around for a while after finding his jacket, but there wasn't anything else.
Well, Mo and I heard a voice calling our names.
What? Who was it?
I don't know. We didn't see who it was, but I'm sure it wasn't Spencer.
And you just came back here. Why didn't you follow the voice? What are you, cowards?
I mean, it wasn't Spencer. And like you said, nobody else was supposed to know we're here. We weren't taking any chances.
Yeah, that's probably a good call. Did anyone else see or hear anything?
Frankie and I saw something moving, but it was too far away to see clearly. So we don't know if it was the white lady, a magical shadow, Spencer, or just a trick of the night. We're not getting any closer to figuring this out, are we?
I think we figured something out. We're definitely not alone out here.
Okay, so Buckley was wrong about something. What else is new? I still don't know where Spencer is or if we're in any danger.
Well, we heard someone saying our names. If it wasn't one of us, then someone or something must be out there.
Are you sure it wasn't Spencer? Who else or what else could it be?
Mo?
Oh, do I have the first one?
Yes, we're in the... Yeah, so you have the first question, and then... Sorry, I missed the big Q&A round 3 banner.
Yeah, no, it's Q&A round 3 time.
Yeah, so Mo is up first.
Okay, cool. Was just double checking. All right. Willow, I want to believe you're not at fault here, but you were the most recent one to come across supernatural monsters, like with the zombies in the cemetery in Southchester. I don't think that whatever Neil and I saw was a zombie, but it could have been some other kind of creature. Is it possible that you're haunted? Is it possible that there's some supernatural forces or creatures that are tied to you?
It's gonna play loud music again.
Q&A round 3.
Mo, you should know me better than this. You're my friend. If I knew there was something like that going on, I would have told you. I just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time when the zombies rose in Southchester. I haven't seen or dealt with anything supernatural since then, until possibly tonight. Anyway, when the zombies appeared, they didn't come after me, they went to the Northwood Orchard's headquarters. As far as I know, there's nothing haunting or following me in particular. Frankie, I don't think you're behind this, and I know role-playing games don't make you an occultist, but I also know that you play tabletop games with some of your other friends. I saw you, just a couple weeks ago, hanging out in the back corner of the school library and playing a game with a few people. I was just there to pick up a book, so I didn't stay long. But I saw you roll your dice, and I saw what looked like a tiny dragon rise up and dance in the air above your dice. It sure seemed like you were capable of making magical illusions. Are you creating illusory voices or shadows here? Are you behind all this?
We thought we were pretty well hidden in the back of the library. You're right. You saw me making an illusion. I'm not doing that here, and I can't just do it at will. I may have lied about my dice earlier. They're magic dice. When you roll them, if you say the right magic word, you can make any illusory image appear above them for a few seconds. It's a lot of fun, and it can really enhance your game as long as your friends aren't afraid of a little magic. I know the other group I play with is okay with it, but I didn't know if our group would be, so I haven't done it with you all. But anyway, the illusions I can make are pretty small, and I have to use my dice to make them. I can't make people disappear or anything like that. I haven't made any illusions tonight. Valentina, you're my best friend. You know that, right? I just have to ask this because I need to be sure that it's not you, okay? Sorry in advance for this, but everyone, there's something you should know about Valentina. She's capable in enchanting people when she talks. That's part of why she's so good in theater. I mean, she's still a great actor on her own merits, but it doesn't hurt to be able to enchant people while you're at it. Or, well, maybe it hurts Spencer. Valentina, did you enchant Spencer earlier? And did you try to enchant Mo and Neil just now, too?
No, why are you telling everyone? It was a secret. Okay, look. The unique, innate ability to enchant people. It's why I'm the best actor in drama club. I can craft emotions with my words, and I can make people believe that any scene I'm in is real. I would never abuse that power. That's why I brought my written speech for Isabel with me today. I was planning to let her read it later tonight so I would know if she actually liked me, instead of just being enchanted by me. I also promise I'm not enchanting any of you right now. I haven't enchanted Spencer, and I wasn't the one calling Mo and Neil. Please believe me, I have no motive. David, we just found out that you had broken up with Jenna, and that Jenna and Spencer had started seeing each other. You and Jenna clearly decided to keep up appearances for some reason. Were you secretly jealous? Did you want to hurt Spencer or even kill him?
I would never hurt Spencer. He's always been a good friend to me. It's true that Jenna and I broke up, like Jenna said. We had been hoping to keep our breakup a secret until after the school dance. We know how much everyone at the school loves us, and we just didn't want our breakup to affect morale. I didn't know Jenna had started seeing Spencer, but I honestly don't even care. I can prove it because the truth is, I recently started dating Zoe. I'm not hung up on Jenna, just the Iron Temple. Luckily, I know you have a crush on Jenna. It's always been painfully obvious. Maybe you somehow found out that Jenna and I had broken up. Did you perhaps also find out that she was secretly started dating Spencer? It's no secret you have your anger management problems, whether you turned into a werewolf or not. So, did you want revenge on Spencer? You did set up this whole party after all. Did you invite him just so you could kill him?
What? No! I don't even like Jenna like that. And no, I didn't try to kill Spencer. I had no idea Jenna and Spencer had even started dating each other until just now, when everyone else found out. Stop blaming me for everything. It obviously wasn't me. I don't even have my rapier with me. I'm not transforming into a werewolf tonight, so I couldn't have done anything to Spencer. Besides, Jenna would know if I had hidden the trees and started trying to scare Mo and Neil or Willow and Frankie earlier. And I didn't. It wasn't me. Jenna, if you were actually dating Spencer, did something go wrong? If it wasn't working out, did you hurt him? Or did he try to hurt you first? The last time I saw him, he said he was going to go find the most beautiful girl in school. Remember? He must have gone to see you then. What happened? Did he break up with you? What did you do to him?
Yes, I've been seeing Spencer, but it didn't go wrong. He's a good person. You all know that. I would never want to hurt him. It's true that we sneaked out into the trees together earlier tonight, but only because we were trying to keep our relationship a secret. We split up on our way back so that it wouldn't look like we'd been off in the orchard alone. I was supposed to come back first, and then Spencer was going to return to the group a few minutes later. But he never came back. I don't know what happened to him, but I would never do anything to hurt him. Neil, you seemed pretty distracted all night. You completely ignored me when I tried to pair up with you to search the orchard, and you've been caught off guard by all our questions. And on top of that, now you're hearing voices in the trees. Are you okay? Are you so distracted because you did something to Spencer? Or are you perhaps haunted?
What's going on? Oh, yeah. I think I'm just distracted. But not because I'm doing anything to Spencer. Well, I'm probably not just distracted. I made a joke about witchcraft the other day that my cousin cousin Hollis didn't particularly like, and she got really upset and muttered some words under her breath that I just couldn't quite understand. Maybe I think she might have hexed me. I don't know. I just keep hearing random buzzing sounds next to my ears, but there's never anything there. So it's been a little hard to focus the last few days. I don't think I'm haunted. And Mo heard the voice too. So it's not just me who heard that. Isabel, I happen to know some things about the biologist you meet with at the University of Southchester. You know my cousin, Hollis, who's a witch. She helped start the program for high school students that you mentioned. I heard her talk about it a lot. According to Hollis, it's a front for her coven to meet and recruit new witches. So if you're involved with them, you might have the ability to cause whatever haunting is happening here. Are you behind this?
Okay, it's true that the program at the University of Southchester is for Hollis's coven to recruit people. That's the part that I find so cool about their work. The intersection of science with witchcraft. And yeah, I like to hang out with Hollis. Neil, your cousin is like super cool. She's a brilliant biologist and an amazing witch. And I feel like there's a lot that I can learn from her. But I haven't actually done any magic yet, myself. They don't let us practice at the meetings. Besides, Spencer is a good friend of mine. Even if I had the ability to throw my voice on the wind and make you all see things in the shadows, I would never want to hurt Spencer. Hey, Zoe, that bracelet you were showing off to Spencer earlier, it's not from any regular old shop, is it? I think I've seen one like it before at a secret alchemist shop in Southchester. I don't know exactly what it does. I'm pretty sure everything in that shop is supposed to be magical. So I have to wonder, were you doing something magical to Spencer with that bracelet? Are you behind whatever's going on here?
And music again.
Q&A round 3.
So, to be fair to myself, I didn't think anyone else here would know about that alchemist shop. I'm pretty sure I was the first person in school to know about it. Yes, it's true, this is a magical bracelet. There might be others in the shop like it, but I know I was the first person to buy one. It's a charm bracelet, and you can use it to charm people. I've never tried using it, though. I don't like Spencer that way, if that's what you're thinking. I just bought it because it was so weird and kitsch, you know? And I like knowing I was the first person to have that kind of bracelet. I really was just showing it off to Spencer. It seems like there's some kind of haunting going on here. Now, Mo, I don't know anything about the White Lady myth you talked about. But you said that the story you told about the shadow wasn't real either. And the thing is, I happen to know at least part of it is true. We grew up on the same street, you know? So, I grew up hearing a bit about how your older brother went missing and was never found. My parents didn't like to talk much about what happened, but I know for sure that your older brother disappeared when you were little. If that's true, is the rest of the story true too? Could it be happening again? Is the shadow back? Did it take Spencer?
Oh, I really didn't think you'd have heard about that. I mean, my family doesn't like talking about it at all. I mean, some of you aren't really probably going to believe me, but the story I told about my family with the boy who could see a shadow, it's all true. I was the boy who saw the shadow, and it was my older brother who went missing and was never found. But the end of the story is true too. I only know about this from my parents. I don't remember any of it. And either way, the shadow went away, remember? I haven't seen any mysterious shadows since then. And I mean, I guess Willow and Frankie saw something in the trees, but that means that there's more than one person seeing it. And I don't think the shadow from my childhood called out people's names. So it must be something different. I don't know what's going on, but I really don't think it's a shadow from my childhood.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Well,
Dun dun dun. The shadow's real.
Good.
Accusation time.
Accusation time.
I actually think it was Mo because she could have just thrown her voice to make me think I heard something.
Mm-hmm.
Which one had the charm bracelet?
Zoe.
I'm blaming Zoe. I'm blaming Zoe off the shizip. You don't just buy a cute charm bracelet for nothing.
Oh, I mean, some people do just buy magic things for that.
I don't. That's invasive magic. You don't buy invasive magic for. Oh, it's got a cute flower on it. Come on.
Well, I mean, I think Buckley is kind of suspicious. That's just my opinion.
The Buckster has been on my radar.
Hey, I invited you all here. Why?
And
I don't.
Maybe you invited us to have some sort of like possible alibi for doing that.
Yeah, that's the best cover. Is the buddy who just wants everybody there to party, right?
You did say snacks, and
everything out.
That would make us all the snacks.
The only thing I love more than football is snacks.
I am a snack. No, Buckley's too sus. He's too insecure.
And his whole
Buckley
family
sus.
is weird.
Hey, don't be talking about my family like that. Do you know how powerful they are in this town? We own this orchard
And
and
I'm just
everything.
saying, maybe if you think that your family is so powerful that you can do whatever you want, that you think you can disappear Spencer.
I don't think so. I think Spencer was just gone, and
You
can't blame me for what happened to Spencer.
Do you know how expensive those jackets are?
Those are hella expensive.
Yes, they do. Very expensive. That's why I've got one from the fencing team.
Is it full of holes? Are you good or bad at fencing?
Important info.
Very, very important.
I don't think we've had that part of the information yet.
That means you get to improv it.
It means it's whatever you want it to be.
Maybe I did it. I'm completely oblivious.
It probably was.
Neil just accidentally disappeared Spencer? I don't buy it.
I'm thinking Zoe. Zoe lured him away, shanked the shit out of him. The rest is just the orchard being weird.
Where's the evidence that she shanked him?
I'm just going with it. Plus, the jacket could have been the spirit.
That doesn't really.
It's
stand up,
probably
though, because-
Zoe, and then wants to pin it on me.
But Zoe lacks motivation, from what I can tell, right? Because even if Zoe was interested in David before all of this, Zoe has David now. Jenna is completely out of the picture, so Spencer going missing doesn't really help her any.
Doesn't really do anything. Yeah. And like maybe David might have done something, but now he's dating somebody else too. So like that motivation is, unless he's like really vindictive, that doesn't really make any sense.
Be a punishment, right?
Based on past games, not impossible.
People want to blame it on me, the Buckster. But you know what? I think it's either Zoe or that one over there, David.
That one.
David's
that one. I'm still saying Buckley. He's a bully. I said it. You're a bully.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think David got jealous, and David roped Buckley into this plan because Buckley is not smart enough to be like, no.
Oh, a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
Valentina, Isabel, Buckley, and Jenna all came back together.
Yeah, we did. But it doesn't mean I was gonna come back. Why would I have come back by myself? That would have been even more suspicious if I'd come back by myself, not without anybody else with me.
The context of that is true. You would want to come back with somebody to throw the shade off yourself, right?
Yeah, or not be a murderer. That's just because you are
still out on that one.
Also, you'd want to come back with people because you didn't murder them hypothetically or anyone.
One murder is my total limit.
Sometimes the simplest answer is the correct answer.
Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't need to be convoluted.
Although I was just gonna throw the Frankie one just under the bus real quick. Out of all the things, Frankie could do all of those things. So I don't know what his motive would be, but he can do all of the weird shit that's been happening around. I think.
Let's not cause another satanic panic here.
Out of all the people, there's a lot of satanic panic that should be happening.
This is already a satanic panic.
You got zombies, you got werewolves, you got witches, you got magic shops, you got spicy dice.
I mean, there's also alchemists, ghosts, vampires.
You also need mummies and
satanic panic is the least of this town's worries. I'm gonna be frank. I'm gonna keep it a stack.
Don't worry, there's still a lot of games to come out.
That's the name.
Mummies, demons, and goblins. That's all we need now. We'll have the whole
matriarchs of families that turn into cats.
Yes,
they're even better.
There's also that.
The terrifying.
Just because things happen in my orchard, my family's orchard, doesn't mean I'm the one that's doing it.
I mean, insurance liability wise, it might be.
Well, also, he's supposed to be keeping his head down. I mean, just to murder some dude in the back of his family's orchard seems like the worst play. Yeah.
Well, maybe he invited a bunch of people out so he could blame it on somebody else. Or because it's not supposed to happen and we weren't supposed to tell anybody that this was going to go on, maybe he was betting that we'd be too scared to tell anybody, so the whole thing would get pushed under a rug.
Viable theory, but I'm going to say no.
I have a random thought. The note that we got from Buckley says, "Don't tell anybody." If each of us got one of those, there might be somebody here that doesn't have one. So that might be the killer. Because they weren't invited. They were just here at the time, and then we stumbled in and kind of messed up their plan.
Yeah, you got everybody got a note, right?
Everybody got a note.
Yeah. It's right here.
Mm-hmm.
I've got it in my back pocket. Just in case. Right next to my dice that definitely don't do magic.
Ooh.
Yep, mine's right here. I came for the apple crumble.
Good. I'm glad you like the apple crumble. Did everybody like the sandwiches? I hope everybody liked the sandwiches too.
No, they were frozen by the time I got here.
Yeah. Well.
Shameless plug that if you buy the game, you do get the recipes for those things.
Swag.
Nice.
Personally, I'm here to make out with Spencer behind a tree, but that obviously didn't pan out.
Because you killed him.
And me with Isabel, but that did pan out.
Murdered him.
Hey, that could still happen. We got time.
Crime of passion. Most likely. The lovers. So do we all just make a final accusation and then we keep going from here?
I think.
And then there's another final scene, kind of build up, and then the reveal.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we kind of like put down what we think, and everybody says, "I think it was you," and then we move into the scene, and then we find out.
Our big Scooby-Doo reveal.
I mean,
Bro.
so far, really,
Bro.
Buckley lacks motivation for the most part, and while David also seems to, he's got the most straightforward, suspicious reasons. Right? Because if he thinks that a part of it, if he's pretending to be mutual on the breakup with Jenna, but then ultimately feels that it was because of Spencer to begin with, then that could be a reason to remove Spencer just for revenge, not even to get Jenna back.
Yeah, but he's dedicated to the Iron Temple. No gym bro would waste gains in prison.
Valid.
I mean, not that they have a better set.
They have okay gym equipment. But you don't have access to protein powders, diagnostic checks for health purposes. You know,
actually, to my understanding of the American prison system, you have better access to all that.
I can assure you, do not have access to whey protein easily in prison.
Are we in America?
I think you can find ways.
I believe this is.
There's protein in prison. Maybe not the kind you want.
There's not in America.
No, bro. Gains.
There we go. Oof.
That's all I'm saying.
And boom goes the dynamite.
I mean, he seemed surprised when she said, "Well, we broke up," or like there was like some bitterness there.
They said he was surprised because they said David said because he broke up with her. That was the his main issue with that sentiment, not that they broke up in general.
It was excuse me, you broke up with me.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fair. Who did the breaking up?
Yeah, the classic. So I'm gonna stick to Zoe. It seems awfully sus to go, hey, look at this bracelet that will hypnotize you, and then man goes missing. Oh, it's a little too 1-to-1.
That still doesn't seem that unusual to me. I'm still on the Buckley did it train.
I just think
I don't blame the Buck train, but I'm just saying.
I think David was the ringleader and Buckley was his sidekick.
Possible.
I'm Team Zoe, honestly. It seems a little sus, like was already said.
Counterpoint. Magical items. Yeah. That seems a little more conceivable than me just
Than a werewolf? Oh, you're a werewolf.
You're a werewolf.
A self-proclaimed werewolf. We've never actually seen this.
That's
true. We all seem to doubt him. And she kind of downplayed the whole like effects of the bracelets. Like, oh no,
It's just cute. It's just adorable. That's all I'm saying.
Just with my shoes.
Than that.
Here, just look into it. Then you'll see it's totally cute. 100%. Like, yes, I know I got it from a magic shop. Yes, I know it charms people, but I swear that when I put it in front of his face, it did not do that. I swear.
For like so long, I don't think Zoe would do.
Well, I guess we're gonna find out now, aren't we?
Aren't we?
So.
Did you guys ask me what I thought? I wasn't paying attention.
Very on character.
Thoughts? Opinions?
I still think it was Mo.
Hey, there's 10 of us. One of us bound to be right. You know, 1 in 10.
One of us.
Well, I'd say the oblivious Neil would say that it's Mo because it's the only thing he's actually really paid attention to.
Hell yeah.
What?
That hurts.
Why does it feel like Ryan and Ronpo right now?
All right. Are we ready to continue on?
No.
Onward.
Listen, I don't run this pony show, so I ain't making no forces.
No dog, just pony.
Sorry, I'm racking my brain. It does seem like at this point, like a multi-person plot here. But David and Zoe are together, so if he wanted to be revengeful and he knew about the magic bracelet, he could have asked Zoe to do it.
And just use the My Family's Orchard as a cover.
I mean,
use me as a patsy.
Yeah, if it's becoming more well known that there's just weird stuff around the Whitecliff family.
Well, this whole town sounds a little jazzed up. I can't.
This whole town is a little bit weird.
Believe me, play all the games. Play them all.
Now I want to.
They're fun.
It's so worth it. Yeah, I don't know if I feel that it's completely right, but at the same time, it makes a lot of sense that maybe it's David Zoe together as a team on this one. So everyone has their accusations in place?
Zoe is in place. Yeah, I've locked in.
Think so.
That is my final answer.
Let's
Zoe and David.
Let it rip, Penelope.
Start
Let's
with
hear
Penelope
it.
and see how it goes.
The wind fell still as the high schoolers finished speaking, leaving them in an eerie glacial silence. After a moment, they decided to try to find their one last time, sticking together for safety. As they traversed the orchard, the wind stirred up snowdrifts and shook the barren apple branches, sending creaks and groans echoing through the trees. They shivered, anxious, as they crept further into the shadows. Suddenly, Valentina froze. She held up a hand for the others to stop. There was absolute stillness. Nothing but the susurration of their breaths, curbed into sharp, quiet gasps. Then they heard it, a faint, indistinct voice, flitting on the wind through the trees. As if caught in a trance, they began to disperse, searching for its source. Buckley was the first to decipher the frail intonations. It was his name. His mouth agape, he staggered toward the sound. It was a moment before anyone else noticed the change in Buckley, and they were so captivated by the delicate verse in the air, it took them even longer to react. Buckley was almost out of sight by the time the others shouted and ran after him. He stumbled through a row of trees, and that's when he saw her. No longer a shadow, or a silhouette in the darkness, or a lullaby in the wind. She was standing in the open, a woman pale as moonlight, with a tangle of dark hair that seemed to drift in the air above her, wearing a tattered nightgown the color of the snow. The gentle melody flowed from her lips as her pallid hand reached toward Buckley. In her other hand was Spencer. He was motionless in her grasp, lifeless, his complexion tinged a pale gray blue. It was hard to tell in the darkness, but he seemed almost translucent. Buckley took another step toward the woman in white. Another. His hand raised toward hers. Suddenly, Buckley's arm was pulled back. The others had caught up to him. Jenna was yelling something, tears streaming down her cheeks as she saw Spencer in the woman's grip. The white lady, her expression previously a neutral mask, grimaced, her blue eyes glowing with rage in the night, even as she continued calling Buckley's name. But they had done enough to break her enchantment. Buckley blinked once, as if noticing his surroundings for the first time. He screamed. Then they all ran. They didn't stop until their feet fell on paved roads, leaving the orchard far behind.
We start with Buckley.
What the hell was...
Sorry,
what the hell was that? Who was that?
That had to be the white lady, right? From Moe's fairy tale.
Jenna, I'm so sorry about Spencer. I'm so sorry.
We were so close to him. There has to be something we can do.
Have to go back. Now that we know what we're up against, we can save him.
Was that real? Did that just happen?
It's okay, Jenna. Take a moment to breathe. It's going to be okay.
He looked almost see-through, like becoming a ghost.
Okay. Is he going to be okay? Is there anything we can do?
Not if the rest of the stories are true. I mean, if the white lady has taken him, there's nothing we can do now. I didn't even know she was real.
Narrator audio.
Overwhelmed, Jenna sat in the road and cried. The others surrounded her, comforting her behind their own tears. Eventually, though, as the inky night paled to the ashen gray preceding dawn, they began to disperse. Buckley scurried back to the Northwood house, worried he would get into trouble with his family for the night's events, eager to explain that what had happened was in no way his fault. Willow, meanwhile, walked boldly alone into the night, as if daring it to throw another monster her way. As Valentina and Isabel ambled home arm in arm, David and Zoe hurried down the street together, jumping at every shadow. Frankie, too, went home, tossing their dice and making small, calming illusions appear in their palm. For a while, Mo did his best to comfort Jenna, perhaps out of his own sense of responsibility or guilt, even if he was not truly at fault. When at last he prepared to leave, Neil stopped him and kissed him good night. Mo was flabbergasted for a moment, and then he found himself smiling, despite the somber mood. Neil stayed behind with Jenna, reassuring her that she couldn't be blamed for what had happened, that there was no way she could have known the White Lady was there, no way she could have known the White Lady would choose her, would choose Spencer. He stayed with her well into the morning. Behind them, the gaunt trees of the orchard rattled in the winter wind. The news that Spencer was missing spread quickly that morning. Before long, in what was rather a disaster for the Whitecliff family's attempts to lie low, the whole of Salchester was aware that Spencer's last known location was the Northwood Orchards. The Whitecliffs had no choice but to comply, as several search parties scoured the land. Some even insisted on inspecting the Northwood house itself. They never found a trace of him. Spencer was gone. I managed to speak to several of the high schoolers who were at the orchard that night, and they all agreed that a ghostly white lady had taken Spencer, and that, when they last saw him, he'd looked more dead than alive. Rumors whipped through Salchester like a blizzard, some claiming Spencer had been murdered, or had run away, or become a ghost, or, according to one particular report, that he'd actually married a ghost. Some claimed to have seen Spencer with a white lady walking the streets at night. I even received a tip that they had been spotted together on the banks of the river in Salchester. I went looking for myself, of course, but I never saw them. It wasn't long before my attention was drawn to a new mystery, as a series of unnatural incidents disrupted a solemn wake in Salchester. But that is another story. And until then, this has been Penelope Press with the Northwood Fables.
Oh my.
It was a ghost all along.
I have a feeling Neil was the one that said he'd actually married a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in a macabre sort of way, did in fact marry the ghost.
He did sort of marry the ghost, yeah.
And once again, it seems like it's always a disaster for my family.
God damn.
Damn, dude, it is.
You gotta stop owning things and doing stuff.
Just stop doing things, dude. It just keeps happening.
I gotta move out of this town. I like Salchester, but I gotta get out of here.
And I need some ADHD medication.
Hey, yo.
Mm-hmm.
I think Neil will be fine. Neil just has to talk to Hollis and get that spell reversed.
Might be some tinnitus there, dude.
Huh?
What? That's all I needed to hear.
Yeah, the woman in white is kind of a backup strat.
That's so good. Your reference.
I guess you would say Spencer was in The danger zone.
Oh.
Ew.
Are we just not doing phrasing? Not doing phrasing anymore?
You gotta get close to phrasing to use phrasing.
That is fair. That is fair.
Ah.
I mean, it seems like there was a highway to the orchard, so.
I can neither confirm nor deny that the White Cliff my family's orchard, the White Cliffs, have in fact a danger zone on their hands.
Again, the whole city seemed kind of scuffed up.
Well, you know.
Was it a highway to the orchards or was it a highway to hell?
A little bit of both.
Will they go bobbing for apples or will they bob for a murderer?
Ooh, apple sandwiches.
What?
Oh, I was
What'd you
looking
say,
over the recipes that come with the game. There's
Oh, yeah.
I'm terrible at pronouncing, but we got some sandwiches here, pickled apples, apple crumble, apple cider.
Ooh,
magical things.
Those sandwiches are one of my favorite recipes of all the games.
I'm just imagining a pickled jam through an apple. That's the only way I can see a pickled apple. It ends up being like, what is it, Pineapple Pin? That song? Like apple pickle.
I have a pickle. I have an apple.
Apple
pickle.
2 to 8 hours to marinate. I might still have to try this anyways.
Yeah,
I know. You might as well try it once.
Don't fridge.
I don't have liquid smoke or.
I mean, all those are
liquid aminos.
easily gained ingredients. Come on.
If it bombs, you can just hand it out to kids on Halloween.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'll be real fantastic. Hey mom, look, what did I get? A pickled apple.
They definitely like getting
A hot mama from the gas station.
Kid needs to say it like Charlie Brown when he gets a rock. I got a pickled apple.
How did this kid manage to eat just a bag of rocks?
They're delicious. Don't ask him again. Scrumptious, actually.
He has an amazing dentist.
Right, he just
Probably the same guy that Metal Teeth Bond villain goes to.
Oh,
Jaws.
Yes, Jaws.
Just watch out. Just watch out for the salsa sharks.
The dancing sort, or
I cannot tell you how much Baby Shark I have heard.
I was going the other direction. I was going Clerks.
I haven't seen Clerks 3 yet.
It was actually really well done.
Classic.
I liked it better than I like Clerks 2.
Yeah. Jane, I really liked Clerks 2, and I loved Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Just because Mark Hamill himself was in it. Like, yes.
What was it? The Cockknobber or what?
Cockknocker.
Yeah, Cockknocker.
oh
that's
wow,
right.
I forgot
That's
that.
Who was it? With Bong Man and
One Man and Chronic.
One Man and Chronic.
One Man and Chronic.
Yes.
One Man and Chronic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't want to give away too much if anyone hasn't seen Clerks 3, but there is I do love the interactions between Jay and Silent Bob in Clerks 3 as well. It's hilarious.
I'll have to see it.
Well, for everyone watching still, definitely check out the links down below where you can pick up your own copy of the game and the previous ones that are also featured on the channel. It's so worth it. You'll get all these recipes and fun party games. And Halloween is just around the corner. Cue the Kamen Rider Wizard Santa meme.
I swear, if you start going Potteroo right now, I'm out of here.
Good night.